A closed mouth does not get fed. And if that mouth doesn't get fed, we will remain hungry. If we remain hungry, it's going to transform into starvation. And if we starving, I don't know if you've ever been hungry and starving, without discipline, we'll eat anything, things that are not good for our long-term health. This is the conversation that I want to have with us, because it's essential for us to go through this assessment, have this conversation, and with the end result being liberated, being limitless, being able to depend on each other, not solely, but having enough trust and vulnerability to depend on people that's outside of us and outside of our experience. So this is the question. Why do we have a problem asking people for help? First thing is that sometimes I don't know what I need, because the vision for the life that I've been given is outside of my comprehension and understanding. So with that being stated, and realize I can't live my life haphazardly. I have to be very intentional in every conversation, every thought that's shared, every question that's asked. I have to be very, you have to be very, we have to be very intentional, because the vision is outside of my experience and how I see. So in some cases, I don't know what I need. In some cases, as a human, we know what we need, but in other cases, we don't. Therefore, I have to operate like I don't know. And one of the problems that we face in our mentality is that we know what we know. You ever heard of the saying, that person, he or she thinks that he or she knows it all? They do. They know it all based on their experience. But we know collectively that life is much greater and purpose is much greater. And even the vision connected to the purpose is much greater than my experience. That means I need to position myself to be open to the unexpected. Let's be open to the unexpected. The other part of this conversation in terms of closed mouths getting fed is being saved. And when I say being saved, I'm speaking metaphorically in the sense of drowning. There are some people and some of us that are drowning in life and don't know it, because we're accustomed to living a certain way. And that living a certain way is not really life, is existence. So let's take this example. If I'm swimming, because I used to be an avid swimmer because I'm on the Hall of Fame in the Boys and Girls Club. Side note. Before you are able to swim in the 12 feet at the Joliet Boys and Girls Club, you had to take a test. And that test was normally issued by Wardy Sane. You had to be able to swim the length of the pool, float, maybe swim backwards. Then you passed tests. Now you're able to swim in the 12 feet. Me connecting this to real life is that some of us are in deep areas of the pool. We haven't passed the test. We got thrown in there, or we placed ourselves in there without passing the test and without supervision. And that equates to us drowning. But we find ourselves at times drowning in life. We need a life preserver. We need a lifeguard. We need somebody to throw us the preserver to bring us back in. But because of experiences that we've had, HAD, in the past, and on a deeper level, the interpretation of those experiences, when we identify that we need help, we rather drown than ask. because of the pride that has built itself a wall in our psyche and our mentality based on the interpretation of a past experience, which equated to a restriction. So what took place in my life from a traumatic experience when I was 12 should not haunt me when I'm 41. But sometimes it will, because we make that experience a doctrine. We make that experience a part of our core belief system, and a person or a people is only going to operate from their core belief system, their core value system. We'll touch more on this topic. A closed mouth does not get fed in part 2. Questions, comments, feel free, put in the comment section. We'll be back very soon.